All right, so InfraWorks obviously looks like a really awesome tool, right? Uh, I will say that InfraWorks has quickly become a go-to tool for us both locally and throughout ASMAC. I've heard of a lot of some other business groups throughout the company looking to leverage this software more and more lately, especially over the past year or so. So probably one of the greatest values I see is the fact that you can merge design models from various platforms like Revit and Civil 3D, where you can really visualize how everything is being put together. Any blips in your surface models, civil and Revit pipe connections, and so on can be very quickly and easily identified through this software. I personally have been using InfraWorks since late 2015 on all sorts of projects supporting our water and wastewater groups, our resources groups, and a little federal and transportation. This part of the demo is more of a showcase of some of the work that I've done, but highlights some of the really neat things that you can do to leverage the software, especially from a visualization perspective. So the first project I'm going to show you or pull up is our Shelby Biosolids project, which is another wastewater treatment facility upgrade project we did in the city of Shelby here in North Carolina. And this is a 90% design. We had a big stream coming down here. Here's the site. I threw in some trees, and what's really cool about this is it's really easy to navigate with your mouse or your arrow keys, but you really get an idea of how the Revit and Civil world civil models will be integrated into the real world settings. Personally, I don't get a whole lot of opportunities to visit the sites per se, so this actually helps me out a lot with trying to visualize everything. So these models are coming in from Revit and Civil 3D, as I mentioned, and you can look around, you can go inside the building, you can look around, you can switch floors if you want. We can see everything going on underneath, all the pipe connections, making sure everything's good. So yeah, that's one project highlight. The next one I'm going to show you is this Vander Site Project. So this is one of the conceptual designs. So it's a huge campus data center, really is what it is, that HDR was tasked with producing a conceptual design for. This, like I said, all I had to work off of were just 2D lines from CAD and everything. So just quickly looking at this model alone, when we zoom in here, there's a lot going on. It's going to take a little while to regenerate, but you would think that it took forever to develop this. But in all seriousness, this actually really only took me about 40 hours to model it in this program. All I had to work off of were some conceptual layouts, which were mostly 2D lines drawn in CAD and Civil 3D, and I was able to get a hold of some similar Revit models for the structures we've used on some previous projects for the cooling towers and whatnot. So this is just one of my favorite projects to date that I've developed within the InfraWorks environment. And basically what we did, once I finished developing it, I was able to take some quick screenshots from street view perspectives around the site perimeter, that we would be able to bring to the meetings and show residents and the clients in areas that, trying to give them an idea of what type of screening was going to be applied to it, so they could really just verify that everything was going to look okay as an end product, I guess. So going back, I'm going to pull up one final one, and this is an LNG site up in Massachusetts that we're just getting started on. LNG, for those that aren't familiar with that term, it's liquefied natural gas. And basically the government has put in some new laws and regulations in place to upgrade containment areas in case of a spill. So we had one of our guys go out there and scan this site with a standing Faro scanner that we were able to bring into InfraWorks. we process the point cloud in Autodesk Recap to create a simplified RSC file that could easily be brought into InfraWorks for post-processing. So here's a quick look at what the point cloud looks like in InfraWorks. And what's really cool, another awesome aspect of InfraWorks is how it can generate surfaces from the point cloud data. So if we come in here, we've got point cloud terrain tools, point cloud modeling, point cloud themes, linear feature extraction. So we could actually generate 3D polylines from the point cloud. And once we do all that, once we extract all the data that we need from the point cloud, we're able to export that and bring it into Civil 3D, and you've got a working existing conditions plan, which is really, really cool. InfraWorks has put in a lot of effort into further developing these tools, and it's really come in handy. So, yeah.
Are you almost done?